So as an example of using the prototyping board, suppose we have a circuit with this schematic. What do you see here? There is a power supply with a positive side on the top. If the circuit is closed, the current will flow this way, but I have an open connection here. Then I go through a resistor, and then I go through an LED. This is the symbol for an LED. Notice that the symbol has an arrow in it to indicate that for this to work, the current has to flow this way. In other words, this should be the positive end, this should be negative end. And finally, the same current will go back to the power supply. Now for this connection here, I'm gonna insert a switch. If it's not pushed, the circuit is open. If you push it down, the circuit is closed. How do you wire such a circuit on our breadboard? So I need a power supply connected to a switch. Let's start with that. Power supply we talked about. We said there are various ways of connecting power supply. Ultimately, you would have on one power rail here, the blue one, the ground is connected, or the black one, and the positive one will be connected, let's say, on this power rail. So I have power here, let's assume. Let's connect it to a switch. Of course, a switch will be placed on the component section, so I need to connect something from the power rail to the component section. Now I have potentially a positive current coming from here and connected to here. Notice that by connecting it to here, all the pinholes in, let's see, what is this? This is segment number 7. This is 5, 6, 7. So all those 5 holes in column number 7 do have positive current. So next, I'm gonna insert one of my switches, the push button switches, and it will connect segment number 7 with, as you can see here, segment number 9. So now I have connected the switch. After the switch, there's a resistor. So here's a connection. I connected segment 7 to segment 16. This is arbitrary. You can connect it to any other segment. And in this segment, I'm placing my resistor. So one end of the resistor would be on segment number 16, and the other end, as you can see here, is connected to segment 21. All right. So again, I wanna connect now the LED, and as you can see, I inserted one end, that's the long end, on segment 21, and the other one happened to be on 27. These are arbitrary, of course. You can connect it on 25 or 27 or 30. It doesn't matter, as long as you make sure that you have the pieces connected in a cascaded manner so that each one comes after the next. After the LED, I need to go back to the power supply on the negative side. So I have a jumper wire here connecting segment 27 to the ground rail, the rail connected to the negative end or the black end. That's it. The circuit is now complete. So if you think about it, this is what we have. We have the current flowing as shown in this diagram from the positive to the switch. If the switch is open, of course, there's no current. The circuit is open. If you push this down, the current will continue flowing. It will go through the resistor, the LED. It's going through the LED the right way, from the positive side to the negative side, and then it will go back to ground in the power supply. So in theory, if I push this button, the LED should light up. And that's how we connect the circuit.